thousands of Americans needlessly die or suffer permanent injuries every year from automobile collisions, industrial accidents, heart attacks, or other serious illnesses. Why? Because of the absence of adequate medical treatment immediately following an accident or medical emergency. There are, however, a few areas in the United States where a victim can receive immediate medical care prior to delivery to a hospital. One such area is Los Angeles County, California. Since September 1969, the Los Angeles County Fire Department and the County Department of Hospitals have been training mobile intensive care paramedics. Under the leadership of the County Board of Supervisors, the medical staff at Harbor General Hospital selected Los Angeles County firemen as the personnel to be trained and utilized in a pilot program of mobile intensive care. There was great concern that the mobile intensive care units be staffed by people who would be readily available at all hours of every day to reliably perform emergency medical functions with skill and professional discipline. Nothing less would suffice. A 5-month training program was designed to provide the firemen at the scene of every type of medical emergency the skill to become the eyes, ears, and hands of the physician. The firemen quickly responded to the instructional material. As they advanced from the classroom to their clinical training in the emergency room and the wards of Harbor General Hospital, they earned the confidence and respect of the hospital staff. After they completed their clinical training, they were not legally allowed to operate their mobile intensive care units in the field, although they had the full support of the entire hospital organization. Meanwhile, in Sacramento, the state legislature was also concerned with the need for improved emergency medical care. Committees of the state Senate and Assembly were working toward adoption of the Wedworth-Townsend Act, a bill which provided the new paramedics with legal authority to utilize their newly acquired skills. After considerable debate and expert testimony, the legislature adopted the Wedworth-Townsend Act, and the Mobile Intensive Care Program became a reality. The newly certified paramedics were assigned to fire department rescue squads. The rescue squads were converted to mobile intensive care units with the addition of the sophisticated emergency treatment and telemetry equipment authorized by the new law. A two-way UHF radio to link the paramedics with the physician at the base hospital and to transmit EKG telemetry. As with all the paramedic hardware, this unit is battery powered. An oscilloscope, which enables the paramedics to view an EKG in the field. A cardiac defibrillator, which can be used to stabilize or restore proper heart rhythm through electrical countershock. A drug kit containing medications in preloaded syringes, primarily utilized in stabilizing abnormal heart rhythms. The paramedic rescue squads were also equipped with a variety of IV solutions, the latest in splints, bandages, and dressings for treatment of traumatic injuries, and even an OB kit for childbirth cases. All in all, an $8,000 inventory of the most modern equipment and supplies for pre-hospital treatment of medical emergencies. Normally, a rescue squad is notified of a medical emergency by the central fire dispatcher. Let's join the paramedics of Rescue Squad 51 as they respond to a report of a medical emergency.
Squad 51, possible heart case, 417 North Belmont. 417 North Belmont, Cross Street, Eve Ward, timeout 10:10.
As they arrive at the scene, the paramedics unload the equipment they expect to use. In this case, they have been advised that the emergency involves a possible heart case. Preparing for the worst, they equip themselves to treat a full cardiac arrest.
Put it up above his head.
A quick check of the patient discloses that he is unconscious, that he has a heartbeat, and that his breathing is shallow. As one of the paramedics checks the patient's vital signs, the other man establishes radio contact with their base hospital.
Rampart, this is Rescue 51.
Rampart, this is Rescue 51.
Go ahead, 51.
Rampart, we have a male victim.
Approximate age?
39.
39. He's unconscious. Blood pressure 110/50. Rate 110 and regular. Respiration 12 and shallow. We have 2 liters of oxygen per minute on him.
51, send me a strip of EKG.
Voice contact and telemetry between the paramedics and the base hospital is the key element in the mobile intensive care concept.
I don't think so.
By feeding all the significant diagnostic information to the physician,
Fine.
the paramedics bridge the gap between the scene of the emergency and the hospital.
Rampart?
Once the physician receives and digests the information, he orders the emergency measures which he deems appropriate.
51, confirmed sinus tachycardia. Start IV D5W.
10-4. What do you got? Possible heart attack.
Are you his wife? Then you can answer some questions.
Patient isn't beat yet.
Defibrillate, 400 watt seconds. Give 1 amp sodium bicarbonate.
10-4. Get on that oxygen.
No conversion. Hit him again. He's back.
He's breathing on his own.
51, start a lidocaine drip and recheck vital signs.
Thanks to the mobile intensive care program and the firemen paramedics, this patient has survived an otherwise fatal cardiac arrhythmia. As he is transported to the hospital, he will be accompanied by one of the paramedics in the ambulance. Radio contact and telemetry will be maintained between the ambulance and the hospital during transportation. In most areas of the United States, this patient would have died at the scene, or he might have died in the back of an ambulance as it raced to a hospital. Much of the success of mobile intensive care can be credited to the stabilizing of medical emergencies in the field before transportation to a hospital. In their first year of operation, the paramedics of the Los Angeles County Fire Department achieved a minimum 90-day survival for 73% of the life-threatening medical emergencies they treated. Through constant improvement of techniques and equipment, they hope to achieve even greater success in the future. Cardiac emergencies account for about 30% of the medical rescues handled by the Los Angeles County's firemen paramedics. But the mobile intensive care program has also proven its value in treating the victims of automobile accidents. Treatment of trauma and shock victims is a very important part of the paramedics' training. During their training, the paramedics actually assist physicians in childbirth within the obstetrics section of Harbor General Hospital. This training has proven valuable on many occasions since the paramedic rescue teams became operational. Both in their classroom training and in their clinical experience, paramedic trainees are taught proper handling and treatment of drug overdose cases. Unfortunately, this training becomes useful after a trainee is certified and is assigned to a mobile intensive care unit. There are virtually hundreds of different types of medical emergencies which are handled by the firemen paramedics of the Los Angeles County Fire Department. Nonetheless, these men are trained and equipped to perform basic non-medical rescue operations as well. The variety of predicaments from which men, women, and children must be rescued is limitless. And we shouldn't forget, the paramedics we have depicted are all professional firefighters who are still committed to the goal of protecting life and property from the ravages of fire. The Los Angeles County Fire Department maintains 118 fire stations. Strategically located among those stations are 26 rescue squads. Many of these rescue squads have been staffed and equipped to operate as mobile intensive care units. The County Board of Supervisors recently provided the funds to train enough firemen paramedics to convert all 26 rescue squads to the mobile intensive care concept. It is our sincere hope that adequate emergency medical care will soon be available to every American.